Welcome to Thoughtfully Us, the space where three therapists of color sit down to talk about mental health, real life, and the human side of healing. We're colleagues, friends, and licensed therapists. And so in this podcast, we're pulling back the curtain on not just therapy, but on being people of color in this field and on the parts of life we don't always get to process in the therapy room. So whether you're in therapy, thinking about it, or just trying to make sense of your own healing journey, we're so glad you're here. A quick disclaimer is that this podcast is for informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for therapy, medical advice, or diagnosis. Listening to this podcast does not create a therapeutic relationship with any of the hosts. Tease up for Thoughtfully Us. Well, hello.
Hey everyone.
Hello. How's
We're
everyone
back.
doing?
How am I doing? I feel like today's been such a blur, I don't even know.
That could be a loaded question, right?
Yeah. Loaded question. I feel mixed. It's Friday when we're recording, even though the episodes drop Wednesday.
Mhm.
That's always a nice feeling. But maybe tired too. Long week of doing the work.
Well, Morgan just rushed in too, so
And
I think indicative of our lives sometimes of jumping in from one thing to another, but having to be fully present in the next thing we've jumped into.
Right.
I often think about how much we neglect when we have to be like so present. Like I'll have all these thoughts and feelings, and then I'll jump into another session and be like present there. And then like, where did all those thoughts and feelings go?
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. For those wondering, Nellie called me out on the spot, but I was a little late because I was stuck behind a school bus of kids that stopped at every street. And so, yeah. Happy that the kids are off. We're out of school for the day.
Yes, back to school. Crazy times. I feel
Crazy
like for
time.
everyone, even if you don't have school-age kids, it's just something's in the air back to school.
Yeah. Like urgency and rush and traffic. Yeah.
Crazy.
My to answer.
The loaded question?
Yes.
How are you? How much time do you have? Kidding.
We're
I'm
off the
great.
clock.
I had a very relaxing day and was able to watch TV, which is wonderful, and just kind of like wind down this week. It was busy, it was hectic, it was everything. So excited for a hopefully restful weekend. The weather's been nice, so that's good.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
I will say before we kind of jump into our topic, I definitely wanted to take a moment to thank our listeners and supporters for, well, one, their support. We love being able to kind of connect with other people, whether we know them already or meeting them as we're recording and providing episodes and content. But I think everyone's been very sweet to all of us. All three of us, I feel like, have had moments kind of throughout all these previous and recent episodes of keeping it real and raw, which is what we wanted to do and what our podcast aims to continue to do. And so it can be nerve-wracking, I think, for us at times. Sometimes we might say things and then later we're like, wait, we said this on the podcast, or let people in very closely to a lot of personal things. But I think it's been nice to get, again, feedback, support, and maybe a listener that can also relate. So we just appreciate all of our listeners for everything.
Well said.
Most definitely. Thanks for pointing that out, Maya.
Yeah. Well, for today's topic, we are going to look at pop psychology, which, you know, the word, yes, it makes sense, like pop culture, all the things, but mainly talking about the way therapy has become very mainstream through various platforms on social media and all of that too. I mean, I just feel like when I remember episode 1, we kind of talked about why we all got into the field a little bit, and I don't think we could have imagined how much therapy talk and therapists day to day has really taken off on social media.
Yeah.
Definitely. I will say, in a lot of really great ways, and there's also some impacts that are not so great.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a mixed bag.
Mixed bag, mixed spectrum, and all the things that, like we were talking about Vine. I forget when that, which episode, but like just everything now that social media is and can be is crazy too. So yeah, let's dive in. So what do you mean by, or I guess as therapists who are also chronically online, what do we think about the like, it's almost like breaking down like the third wall, if they talk about reality TV, like being professional, but also having our own personal pages and how we show up in our image on both platforms or like the different profiles. What do you guys think about that? How do you manage both? Because I don't have a professional profile, technically. But you both do. Nellie with her private practice, Maya with her eating disorder work, as she's trying to be a, gain traction and be a voice in the field. So how do you guys manage having separate lives on social media?
Yeah, it's scary. I don't know if it's scary, I think, because we didn't know much about it. Like, this is all kind of newer in the last few years. I think the pandemic was something that really sparked social media. So a lot of therapists who are kind of really big in the world of podcasting, Instagram, TikTok, I think some of them started around the time everything was shut down to just kind of like, one, provide support to other people, and also to say, like, I'm still seeing clients and try to get therapy referrals that way, because a lot of people then were open to virtual sessions. And so I think that helped in the way of virtual, still wonderful, still amazing and great. But I know some clients feel like, oh, it's great to be able to just kind of see my therapist before I meet them, or get a sense of their personality or things that they're into as well. And then I think it's also a good resource page. I've met a lot of good connections online and always feel like people are so creative. I feel like I say that all the time. Like, wow, this is so great. I wish I'm not good with like color schemes and all of that. So that's a learning curve, but I think it's been really great just to see what people can create and what they can share.
You've been crushing it, Maya. Like, even though you feel like you're like, I'm not good with color schemes and stuff like that. One, you are. Two, and I know this from various parties you've planned to in life and personal events, you got color schemes down. But also, like, your page is really good.
Thank you.
I think it goes back to that self-critic piece. And
Yeah.
that's a huge part about having an Instagram page.
Yes.
Which I really did not want to make one. I was like, oh, I kept being told over and over again that I had to make one, that it would be what was best for my practice and like getting my name out there. I still don't like having it. Like, sometimes I was actually thinking recently with like Thoughtful Yes, like our Instagram and like how much more fun it is. And I'm like, oh, I should do some more of these things that people have been telling me to do for a long time, like make reels and stuff like that on Healing Awaits' Instagram. But I haven't. It's like more resources and like educational and like informational. And I think as therapists, we're always like teetering. There's that line of like our ethics and things like that. Of like, I feel like we're constantly having to like, disclaimer, this is not us saying that, like, and that that's a lot. But I feel like every time I'm like, okay, maybe I don't have, like, maybe I'm being paranoid, then I feel like another story comes out where it's like, this person got in trouble for this. And you're like, oh gosh, okay. So I find the Instagram to be somewhat tiring just because I'm not good at it. Social media is not my thing.
That's not what I thought you were going to say, because I thought you were going to be like, I love it so much. And then you were
did 180,
which is fair.
You thought it was a lot. Wait, did you think I was gonna lie, or do you think I love it?
No, I don't know. The way I think the tone in your voice was, I thought you were wrapping up with something
Oh,
like, oh, I love it and it's been so
No.
fun, but then you were like, it's tiring.
keeping it raw and real here. And like one time I had to post a video, and I don't know, I like had a conversation with some of my clients about it because like they know me and like know me as a therapist, and we were just laughing at how like they could tell I was nervous in it and like felt
Aw, in the
Um,
video? That's
yes.
nice.
And I definitely did because I do find it awkward and I'm not good at it. But that's something you both like. Morgan on social media,
Mhm.
networking queen,
Canva queen.
Canva
Get me
queen,
offline.
networking queen.
Literally.
She will. So it's actually interesting, Morgan, that it's Maya and I with the pages.
Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah.
mean, you do a lot of work in your like profession,
Yeah.
a personal career, like, yeah,
Age, yeah, no.
that's interesting.
Thought about it, but sounds like so much work.
That's why you're amazing at the Thoughtful Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't do much, but I do like engaging with people on there.
Mhm.
And Threads, I used to be an active Twitter user, and then Twitter just went to shambles. I don't even know what it's called anymore. X, just kidding. I use Threads now, which is somewhat like a nicer version of like people are nice on there. Not as funny as Twitter was, but anyway, I find a lot of like connections because people are like, hey, if you're a therapist in the DMV area, Maryland, Virginia, DC, and are interested in like focusing on maternal health or want to work with women of color, like there's just ways to network on there that I don't really see anywhere else. So that's been kind of cool. But yeah, I can imagine.
It's good for a lot of different professions. So like
Yeah.
obviously we follow a lot of therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, but then there's like medical, nutritionists, you know, authors,
The
trying to
range.
think of
Yoga
other-
instructors I see
Yeah.
on
yeah,
there.
yoga instructors, yeah. So like a lot around that world too, which has been really cool. And then some people are just super creative and so good at like quotes and all these things. And
Yeah.
like, wow, these are beautiful, and they like really speak to a lot of my clients are really into things like art and music and all of that. So it's been nice to be able to tell them like, oh, you should check this person out too.
Yeah.
It's so nice when you can direct a client to like a client who like uses the internet and like in that way, or social media in that way. It's so nice to provide them that resource, because I feel like there's a lot of books and stuff, but
Yeah.
we live like a lot of people are just too busy to like sit down and read, and like a lot of there's some really great books postpartum, like, but a lot of like maternal mental health providers talk about the difficulty with like telling a new mom
To read.
parent to read. Like that, it's like if we can get a shower and eat 3 meals in the same day, like that's the win. Reading
Yeah.
is probably not going to
Not
happen.
so much.
I think like sometimes social media where you are like doom scrolling during a contact nap or something like that feels more feasible in that way. But I think there's a lot of really great resources. And I think, Morgan, you touched on this a couple episodes ago, of people on social media who have like no license or background or training who are giving out therapeutic advice or information or even diagnoses. And I've come across a lot of videos. Yeah, moment for that, because dangerous thing
Very
to
dangerous, yeah.
I mean, it's dangerous even as therapists, like with our background, we still wouldn't be like diagnosing someone. I mean, I think we have all been like watching something like the Love Island reunion or something like that, and we're like, oof, this person appears to be struggling with something like this, but we're not like, oh, this person is that, right? And so even with our training and background, we're not making diagnoses about people outside of the therapy space. So it's crazy that other people do.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about a lot of buzzwords in recent years.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's name
Name 'em.
Okay, the first one that comes to mind for me is gaslighting.
Yeah.
Yes.
big buzzword. I'm also thinking about like setting a boundary. Like boundaries are really important, and sometimes like
Yeah.
not actually what people think they are.
Yeah.
And that made me think of the boundary thing. What's that really popular book right now with the green cover? Ooh, oh, Let Them, the Let Them
Oh,
theory.
Let Them theory, yeah.
Which there's some truth in Let Them, but there's a lot of not ideal things about Let Them, but that could be a whole other episode as well.
Yeah. Another one I know we've talked about in like our lives, but buzz diagnoses is like narcissism. So like who actually is the narcissist? What is actually a narcissistic trait, personality as well? And then Morgan last episode talked a little bit about like the DSM-5 and how things have changed over time. So like how certain criteria has changed, or there's certain behaviors, you know, needed to kind of fill that. And so I think that kind of gets lost when things are buzzwords. Whether it's like you guys already mentioned, the gaslighting, the boundaries, the narcissism, and also autism too.
The amount of clients,
Yes.
maybe not recently, but like in the past, who would come to session and be like, so I was on TikTok or I was on social media and this person said I might have this or I could be part of this spectrum. I'm like, okay. Like, what?
I did like a good training maybe a year ago on self-diagnosing and like on social media. And I expected to like leave the training with tools on like how to inform people that self-diagnosing isn't like always the most appropriate thing. And I was actually surprised that this presenter started off with being like, let's first like come from a place of appreciation that like the fact that these diagnoses are even out there and like being talked about in this way and people feel empowered and validated. And I was like, true. Okay. Like I will take a breath and true. Like, and so I do see like that there is so much benefit in having these conversations over like social media platforms and things like that. We're like spreading the word about a lot of different diagnoses, characteristics that's helping people in relationships, people determining if a relationship is healthy or not. Like awareness is amazing and knowledge is power. And a lot of times when this is presented on social media, it's like very convincing or like almost telling rather than a place of curiosity or like it could be this, but it could also be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like there's no, like that last part I feel like is forgotten. It's just are you suffering from this, and this? You probably have this. And it's like, or you have like all these other things that potential possibilities. So I think it was like episode 2 or 3, we talked about over pathologizing and just the need to kind of diagnose some things that are truly like human behaviors, tendencies that are completely like
there's the DSM-5. Well, anyways, I think when there's a background on diagnosing, you can ask anyone. It's like there's a lot of times a lot of things overlap. You have to rule out X, Y, and Z. Like some of these are really finite, specific. And so when you were saying like, oh, I have this one trait, could I have this? And it's like, no, you could have actually a numerous amount of things associated to, or like the positive symptoms of it, the negative symptoms, like so much that I think people don't understand that kind of goes into determining, assessing, evaluating for diagnosis.
Most definitely.
Agreed. But yeah, so that is something I noticed. But what are some trends you all enjoy seeing from other therapists who are also content creators, who are also using their platform to kind of shed light on the field and the profession?
I like the day in the life.
I knew I was going to say day in the life.
I love it. And mine shows me a lot of like medical, some people in medical school or residency, and that I used to work at a hospital, so it's actually cool. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember doctors and nurses telling me XYZ about their day and how early they start, and my heart goes out to them every time. But I do like knowing that because I think it helps. And then there's good ones for therapy as well, like a therapist day and like a clinic or a private practice. That's really cool. Just to see how things kind of change day by day, and also how they make time for personal and professional things, kind of give like a balance of, yeah, I like have a good, steady and really important work life, but I also can balance it with, exploring where I live and spending time with friends and eating and hydrating, like those important kind of self-care things too.
Yeah, I like the ones that are like realistic. Like I know I feel like when I first came out, like or became trendy, it was a lot of times ones that felt more like informative in some ways. And then I feel like people noticed that and were like, realistic day in the life. Like, here's my realistic, not like what did they say? Like 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love that because sometimes it's just people like on their phone, on their couch. They're like, I can't do it today. And I'm like, yes, we all feel that. And
relate.
Comparison's so like such a it's strong. And so sometimes I find myself when I watch them like, what? I want to be able to do that. And like, why can't I do that? Or especially again in like this kind of stage of my life right now, like seeing moms who are like doing all these things with their babies and like out and about. And I'm like, leaving the house is so hard. And I'm like, why can't it be easier for me? But, or like, what's wrong with me that makes it hard? But then you go to the comments, and I feel like comment sections are just so good these days.
I know, so real.
So real. And like the comments are like there was this one video I watched of a mom, like a realistic day in the life, and then it wasn't, and I was like, or it wasn't for me. It might have been for this person. But I was like, oh no, that is not what that would have looked like for me. And then the comments were filled of like other people kind of relating to what I was thinking. And I was like,
huh. Nice. So you weren't alone in your thoughts.
Yes. And then there are other people in the comment section who were like, no, this is what it's like for me, right? So like we all have individual experiences, and that's one thing I like about the comment section, which comment section can also be really scary.
It's a scary place.
It can be.
Can be a very scary place.
Realized on TikTok. I posted a few TikToks because I just got the app. I'm so late. But I knew, when did it first come out? 2020?
No.
2021?
Earlier than that. No. Maybe earlier. Because like in 2018 or 19, some teen groups that I like was in or was running, where they were like raving about it.
Oh, okay.
Like, what?
Like,
and then I downloaded it early because of them.
Okay. Well, whenever that was, I knew if I got it then, I wouldn't do anything else. Like, it would just ruin my productivity and, So I never got it. But I was like, people keep sending me TikToks. I can't open them. But let me just get one. So I made some videos. Obviously, they're not good. But there was one that I thought was really funny. And the comments, people just one person.
Yeah,
dragged me, and I haven't posted it since.
Well, you did try and post after on a thoughtfully asked TikTok.
Oh, yes.
Which I quickly was like, Morgan, there are rules in the TikTok world, and they're sounds. Can you hear my dog scratching?
Nope.
Our dogs are coming to the gram soon. Don't worry.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But they're trending TikTok sounds that like mean certain things. Like one sound means like something sad in someone's life, or like there's that one song that you always hear for like scary videos about the ocean or like boats or something. Like there's like everything is associated with something. And so Morgan, as someone who's not on TikTok, used a sound that is frequently used when somebody like passes away. And just posted like something about somebody else. I'm so Morgan.
I was trying not to laugh. I was like, oh.
I was like, what is this? Delete this.
I
And then
know.
Maya and I had to explain that TikTok is a scary place.
Yeah. I lost privileges, but I'll be back.
But the day, listeners, the day that we are back on TikTok, know that I am not in support, but these two push me outside my comfort zone as they
Oh
often.
yeah, as we should.
Yes.
Yeah. Just goes to show comments can be a scary place for sure.
But I've seen a lot. We're all social. All three of us, I think, explained in the first episode. We're all clinical social workers. Social work talk is big, actually, and I didn't really know that. Like again, I think
Social work talk.
See, guys, see? This is what I mean. She
Yes.
has no idea. Talk.
Is that like a hashtag?
I said talk.
Like,
Yeah, like
she doesn't know
TikTok.
what like she doesn't know that like
I
mom talk
Yeah,
or
what
he's like
means.
was
social
like,
work.
what's wrong? Okay, so yes, Morgan would not be on our. If you see TikToks, it's not Morgan. It's probably not
I'm
Melly. It would be
learning.
me.
There's like little subgroups on
Yeah,
TikTok and it
like
would be
mom
Oh.
talk.
talk.
Like the Mormon wives, moms.
Yeah.
But like it or it could be parent talk or like on book talk and like book
Yeah.
talk.
Oh.
So Maya's saying social work.
Social work talk. A lot of social workers have used the platform, and there's different things like a few people I've seen help social workers prepare for like their license exam. Just ask random questions throughout their,
Oh, that's cute.
day and feed and everything too. And then there's just stuff on like, here's how to make, like a program or launch like a book or that kind of thing. So there's just a lot of good insight too that I like. I think I'm obviously haven't seen everything, and I plan to do more, just to also get ideas for ours. But
Yeah.
really great of the resources on there too, even though at times I know I get mad at myself when I'm on my phone too much.
You
It's
like,
a mix.
yeah.
Because it is so informative and so it's
Mhm.
hard because I do go to my TikTok like for stuff like for products, or if I'm like, man, I wish they really made something like this would be so helpful, and then I look it up on TikTok and I'm like, oh, they do, like, incredible. And
Yeah.
then I like go find it online or whatever. But when TikTok was down for
Mhm.
that, was it even a day? I don't remember.
I don't know. Was
But
it?
I
It
was
felt like forever.
newly postpartum. Like I had just had my baby, and I was like, no. Like this guy looked everything up on here. Like it was helping me understand her sleepy cues and when to put her down and tiredness and like just all of this stuff. And I realized then, like, I'm a little hooked on this thing.
Oh, everyone was freaking out. I remember. So I didn't have it then.
So I wonder if people like the way that I run to it to look up stuff about like I'm sure that there's people like a doctor who'd be listening or something and be like, no, don't look that up on there. Like, no,
Mhm.
don't do that. So I just wonder if other people like look up therapy stuff on there, like look up things about their diagnoses, and it just scares me. Like there's so much good information, and also there's like none of it is kind of like gone through or
Yeah. What's the word?
what is the word?
I don't
Yeah.
know. All
Reviewed.
filtered or checked or
There's a word.
There's not.
there is a word. We're
Being
thinking
reviewed,
of.
but
Reviewed.
I don't know the word. But yes, I understand what you're saying, and I think that makes sense.
It's driving me nuts, but yes, it's.
And I
not-
think with pop psychology, which I also include, again, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever you might have, LinkedIn, sure, Facebook is big for therapists to use and collaborate. And then just like virtual sessions. So I think just kind of going back with that of like, or virtual groups, whatever, of just the way also that insurance and everything else has to adjust with the changes too. Like the disclaimers and all of that as well.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite part are the memes.
Morgan, how are you gonna be on TikTok account? have a TikTok account. If you don't even know what talk is, sorry, I'm bringing it back to that.
Yeah, I was like, what? That was we left that 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna learn, teach myself, and figure out what in the world TikTok is. I only really watch Nicolandria edits.
I
So
was cracking up because I know you do, because the Thoughtfully Us Instagram page, like Nickel Andrew's all over it.
It's
Like,
literally
I'm like,
oh yeah, I
fuck,
followed Elandria and Nick on that page too.
Yeah.
so
Got a
funny.
support from all accounts.
Yes.
And that's how you know that Morgan mainly does
Yes.
our Instagram.
Yes. That is true. So I was gonna say, to the listeners out there, do you have, I think it's called time limit
Screen
on the
time.
phone? Screen time. Do you have screen time on? I do, which is why I should know what it's called. But are you someone who will actually listen to it? Or do you always press remind me later or 15 more minutes?
Wait, I don't use it. Tell me. You can
Huh?
hit, you can hit
Yeah.
remind me?
So it'll pop
Yeah.
up like your time is done for the day, whatever you set for the
Mhm.
apps. And you can do 1 more minute, 15 more minutes, or never mind or something, disregard. I always press 15 minutes. But I'm like, do people actually listen to it and like stop and get off their phone or off the app?
Wait, so what's the point if you always hit 15 minutes?
Well, that's the downfall.
Oh, okay.
But I think
I'm thinking. I got it.
yeah.
Oops,
I
sorry.
think the psychology behind it is when you see it, it's like an alert, like, okay. And then you can decide what to do from there.
It
It's like
helps you realize.
surfing the urge, which is a technique I use
Yeah.
a lot. But that urge, like that first line of defense is saying, hey, you set this time. Do you want to push past this or leave it alone? I had it, but I obviously don't use it now because I would just cancel out of it all the time. Either like put my
Yeah.
phone down or just say like remind me. And so then I was like, I'll just. But
Okay,
I
I found it.
Cleanse.
I'm gonna hold it up to the screen. So if you're not watching on YouTube, you won't be able to see it. But there's 3 options, and it says time
It's
limit.
very dark.
Oh,
Girl,
She had
you
us
got
looking at
your
a
my
brightness.
sister. Quick tangent. My sister and my brother used to make fun of me because my screen was always too bright,
yes.
and now they're saying it's too dark.
No,
No,
we're just saying
time
we're
limit.
just saying
And
if
then
you were going to show us the
there's
screen.
options.
Ignore limit for today. Huh, very interesting. You just called her your sister. You don't call her that. You call her your twin.
Maya and my brother.
Guys, I'm on a journey here.
I
And
know, poor Nelly.
listeners can hear this journey because I've been on it for many years.
Many, many, many years.
Yeah.
And it will never end. But that's so interesting. Okay, so
Mhm.
screen time can help. Well, I think
Are you asking listeners and us like if we would prefer something tougher to break through for screen time? Because that would help.
No, but that could be a question too.
interesting.
Yeah. Could help. I don't know what else it would be. So, unless I like just turn your phone off, that'd be crazy.
Like, take my phone and run. I don't know.
What if there's
Today
no
the 5th, National Cheese Pizza Day. Oh, I'm already on Instagram.
girl? She picked her phone up to show us the screen
I
time.
know, and now I'm like, oh yeah.
Now she's on
Okay.
Pizza Talk.
Not
Pizza
TikTok.
talk.
But yes, I love memes from therapists and like, does this happen to you? Can you relate when you have like 10 minutes between sessions and you have to decide, will I go to the bathroom? Will I eat something? Will I do 2 notes? Will I rest or be on my phone? Like, those are funny. So, you
10
see
minutes
me.
between? Who has 10 minutes between?
Well, I guess most people have 5 to 7 minutes, but that's the kind of stuff I like. So if you see those on our page or have some that you want me to post that you think are funny or just want to share with us, you can DM and I will decide if we'll post them. But I love meme sharing, so feel free to slide into the DMs.
Yes. Slide on in. Morgan and I mean, I feel like Morgan and I mainly do the Instagram, right, Maya?
Mm-hmm.
Maya is our fabulous editor.
Yeah, editor in chief.
these episodes wouldn't be brought to you guys without our fabulous editor. So, but
Nice.
if you do have something that you want us to create, just say Morgan's name in there in that DM because I'm the captions and I've kind of started some reels here.
Yeah, Nelly did her first reel, everyone.
It's scary.
It is scary, but it's so fun.
My fear is just posting something before it's ready.
That could be a whole topic.
I'll work through that in my personal therapy.
That could be a
Topic of fear.
What keeps
Yeah.
the void? Why?
Wow, everyone.
Fear of messing up.
Maya has drank water twice during this episode.
I told y'all it makes sense for me to do it while we're recording because it's just a good reminder.
We are so proud of you.
Thank you. Also,
wait, before we do tease up, Morgan, did you have this or that you wanted?
Oh, yeah, I did actually. So, the summer is not over till the mid-September 21st or something.
Mm-hmm.
But Starbucks and other places have already released their fall menus. And the craze is here. So my this or that for Maya and Nelly is pumpkin spice latte or something apple cidery. And Starbucks might have got rid of the
They
apple
did.
crisp drink, which was my favorite, and I'm still processing that. But
Condolences.
I've never had a pumpkin spice latte. That doesn't seem like something I would like. But so apple cider.
what?
We can't be friends.
I
Just
actually haven't had it either, the pumpkin spice.
I don't like pumpkin anything.
That's a lie.
Okay, yeah. A friend of ours made like pumpkin bread. That was good. But that's it. I don't do pumpkin pie. I don't do no.
Nelly, like, didn't you cry about pumpkin pie once?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't recall what you're talking about, but probably like I used to just on my birthday make a pumpkin pie, which is really hard to find. I usually had to keep it frozen because my birthday's in the summer, and eat the whole thing because I mean, maybe not the whole no, I think there were times it was like I love pumpkin pie. I love it dearly, very much so. Very, very much so. So definitely pumpkin spice. But people be pushing fall too early. Like, thank you, Morgan, for saying September, like mid-September, because why in July was there fall stuff in Home Goods?
There was
Stuff out now.
There's what?
Halloween.
Christmas stuff out.
Oh,
No, we are not living in the present moment, people. Like stores, at stores.
yeah, I know. It's
Well, name.
wild. Anyway, so I guess one for apple, one for pumpkin.
What
I
do
can't vote because my apple drink has been taken from me. And I haven't had the pumpkin spice, but I will tomorrow. My husband really likes them. And I want to try the pumpkin chai. So I'll be back next time with my results.
Love it. Thank you, Morgan.
You're welcome.
All right, people. Tease up.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Thanks so much for joining us for today's conversation. We hope you felt seen, supported, and maybe even laughed a little along the way. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a new one. And we'd love it if you left us a rating or review. It really helps more people find us. You can also connect with us on Instagram at thoughtfully_us and let us know what you want to hear about next. And remember, while we're therapists, this podcast is not a substitute for therapy. If you're struggling, please reach out for support from a mental health professional in your area. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.